Hello and good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. This is Amir Ismail live with you from Toronto, Canada. And what a lovely morning here in Toronto today. September is always a great month because it's not that warm, it's not that chilly, it's fall colors. But this September is actually very nice from the point of view of Canadian visas because the borders are opening. The Canadian borders will be opening for international travelers from 7th of September, as we advised you the last time as well. So come 7th of September, if you already have a Canadian visa, you can travel to Canada. And if you were contemplating to applying for a Canadian visitor visa, you wanted to come to Canada as a tourist, you could do so. So as an immigration advisor who has been into this business for the last 30 years now, I had never seen these kind of times. Of course, no one had, basically. And from the immigration point of view, of course, we are now seeing light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. So those of you who are joining us today, the program is about immigration question and answers. So we conduct these sessions every week at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are live with you guys every Friday. We try to answer your questions to the best of our abilities. If I'm unable to answer some of your questions, I would make sure that I attend to them offline. You can also contact us with your questions at info@amirismail.com, or you can send us a WhatsApp message at +1 647 835 0660. Some house rules, very simple. You can place your questions in comments down below, and I'll try to attend to them. And there is this giveaway still available. We are going to offer a giveaway that is a free consultation to one of the participants. All you need to do is to put hashtag AIA in the comments down below. I'm just going to show you very quickly the banner so that you know. It is giveaway, which is hashtag AIA. And someone to win needs to be with us until the end of the show, okay? So we will be able to answer. So in terms of immigration, we have seen that Canada hasn't stopped conducting draws. And we saw a recent draw that was a day before yesterday, I believe. And Canada invited more people. And the only thing is that they are not conducting the federal skilled worker draws. These are the professionals who are outside Canada. And this happened last year as well, when there were no draws happening for federal skilled worker program applicants. And then they started to happen from September last year. This time around, it is a bit different because this time around we are safer, I would say, because of the availability of the cure, right? So hopefully we would start seeing the express entry draws targeting federal skilled worker program applicants this month, starting this month. We are not sure about it, but based on the historical data, basically, we have seen that they had started it last year. But so far, they have only entertained Canada Experience Class applicants, those people who are here in Canada as international students or work permit holders. They invited them, and they also targeted overseas applicants by way of PNP programs. So provincial nominee programs are the key at the moment. But going forward, of course, federal skilled worker draws are expected to happen. So that is about it. I would like to touch base on a very important question that has been asked by many of you. So that is why I thought I should address that. And that is about senior managers qualifying under the entrepreneur program. And a lot of people ask that how is it even possible, because the entrepreneur program requires you to have work experience as a business owner. You need to be a self-employed person or a business owner. But that's not true. If you have senior management experience, if you have managed the department of a large organization, if you have headed a large organization as a salaried employee, you do meet the requirement of a senior management experience. So that is one requirement. Naturally, there are other requirements as well to qualify as an entrepreneur. So if you are able to bring in significant benefits to Canada, and by significant benefit, I mean that you have the required net worth, you are able to bring in money, start your own business, employ Canadians, you may qualify under the entrepreneur program. And there are several options available, provincial level, and then there are work permit option available where you can come to Canada and start working in your own company that you established. But naturally, each case is assessed on its merit, and each case is different. So you need to see where do you stand. So you can get in touch with us. We can make an assessment of your eligibility to see whether, as a senior manager, if you qualify as an entrepreneur or not. I give you an example of Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. For example, Ontario is the most sought after province. This is the province where I reside. I'm in Toronto, but there are other major cities as well, Ottawa, and then we have Mississauga, Milton, Brampton, and we have many other cities well known to many people. And most people desire to come to this province, and this province has a program for entrepreneurs in which they do consider the senior management experience as well. So if you're a senior manager, you might want to look into it. When they change the express entry program, and I've seen many changes in the past 30 years that I've spent in this career, but the major change, I would say the most major change they brought in was introduction of this online express entry system for economic immigrants, specifically the skilled workers. And that caused a bit of a concern, because if you look at for people who are older, and I don't mean older, it's actually someone who is above the age of 35, and he then starts struggling to qualify under federal skilled worker program because of the way they designed the system. It appears to encourage younger applicants, which is a good thing. Younger applicants, when they come here, they have more time, they have more, I would say, they are more ambitious, they have more energy, they have more time to spend in Canada and, of course, pay taxes. But at the same time, if you design a system in such a way that would discourage people who are even above the age of 35, I think the system needs a little bit of tweaking. And as a member of ICCRC and KPIC, we do lobby and we do communicate with the government, and we do ask them to revise their system, because older applicants, they basically can bring a lot of experience and they can contribute to the Canadian economy significantly. They have good, verifiable, commendable work experience. They have school going or college going kids who can come and hit the ground running immediately. Once they graduate, they can be part of the labor market in Canada. So it is a lot of benefit there is a lot of benefit for Canada if they entertain people who are older. And then, of course, there are issues surrounding the way they give points under the language factor. That is also being reviewed, because sometimes you are fluent in English, you have 7-8 bands, but somehow you scored 6 bands in writing component. What does it mean? Does it mean that the person is not fluent in English? You deduct so many points. So all these things hopefully are going to be sorted out in the next phase of update in express entry, and we'll keep you updated about that. With that, let's jump into the questions right away. So let's see who is with us. If you could let us know, where are you joining us from? And just very quickly, I'll need to let you know that we won't be able to answer questions related to case-specific matters. For that, you can get in touch with our team. As I said, we have info@amirismail.com, and then we have the WhatsApp number available on our website as well. But case-specific matter, of course, we won't be able to address, and we won't be able to address any question related to jobs. We don't arrange jobs in Canada, and if you're dealing with someone who is arranging you jobs and charging you money, be very careful in dealing with that, because it is illegal to charge any money from job seekers. If you're paying them, don't. You can run into a lot of trouble, and that person, of course, is doing something illegal. So let's see who is with us today. And we have someone joining us from YouTube. I think Umar Hayat has joined us again from YouTube. And let's see who else we could recognize today very, very quickly, so we can address them. Okay, so we have Homa Salim. Thank you very much for joining us. Homa Abdullah has joined us. These people are joining us from Facebook. And Homa, thank you for your hashtag. You are entered in our draw. Let's see. Okay, Osman is asking any chance to visit Dubai, and a very timely question, right? Osman, I think you read my mind. I was about to address that. Yes, we are planning to be in Dubai very soon, and I believe that the situation in Dubai is getting better. In fact, they control it very well. I was monitoring the situation. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to be in Dubai very, very soon, and I hope to seeing you. I'll keep you informed. I'll post an announcement as to when me and my team will be in Dubai. It will be a pleasure seeing you there. Salan Hirani, again, the same question. I won't be able to answer that because we do deal in work permit, but we don't arrange jobs. So if you have a job offer from a genuine employer and you have not paid for that job offer, I'll be happy to assist you. Okay, Huma is asking when you visit Islamabad. Okay, Huma, I'm really looking forward to being in Islamabad. And I am usually travel or visit at least 3 times to various cities. And I have not been able to do that because of the reasons known to you. But I believe situation is good. What do you recommend? Should I travel now in your region? Is it okay? Everything is fine. If it is, then of course we will be looking forward to be there. Amir has joined us. Munib has joined us. Muzaffar, and okay, someone has joined us from YouTube. Assam has joined us. Ik has joined us. Mera has joined us. Sarah is asking, what is Brunswick Program? Okay, so these are the PNP programs, and provinces have signed agreements with the federal government to allow them to participate in immigration process. And in that, they nominate applicants, and these provinces have different streams targeting entrepreneurs or skilled workers. So yes, Brunswick is a program just like other programs. It's a province, right? New Brunswick, and it's on the eastern coast of Canada, Atlantic region. Salman. Okay, Salman Yahya is saying, my score is 320. Can you help me in getting PR? So Salman, when you have 320 or anything less than say 430, you may not be considered in federal program. I mean, I can't say that you may not be because that would be a definitive statement. But based on the last 6 years data, we have seen that Canadian government under the federal program hasn't selected anyone below 411, if I remember correctly. And that happened only twice, 3 years ago, when the score under the federal program dropped down to 411 or 413, if I remember correctly. But then it started to creep up. And then, of course, in recent time, before they stopped inviting federal skilled worker applicants, at that time the score was hovering around 470, I believe. So if you have 320, obviously you are targeting, and you should be targeting, the PNP programs. The problem with PNP program, I shouldn't say problem, but I would say the restrictions with these programs is, from the point of view of an applicant, is that at best you can create your profile with them, or some provinces select you directly from the pool. And while you could be an excellent candidate, because the provinces have limited quota and they have access to a huge pool of applicants, not everyone gets invited, right? So that is why people with score as low as 300 get selected by a province like Alberta. But it doesn't mean that if you have 320 or more, you can ask Alberta, why have I not been selected? Because that's their choice. So a lot depends on the province's choice and the quotas and everything. So I would say the best you can do is to make yourself available and register with all the provinces, and then keep your fingers crossed. It is the invitation-based system. Nothing much can be done about it, right? No one can guarantee you, and there are a lot of agents in the market, and I see a lot of people claiming to have 15 years experience in the immigration field, never been to Canada themselves, don't have a license, were not trained, but they keep on sending updates to people about Alberta invited these many people, British Columbia invited these many people, and people with 320 points, they think, why have I not been invited when other people with score lower than me have been invited, right? So that is important to do. Okay, let's see what else we can, who else we can show on screen. We have Ali Rohela, and he is saying, any immigration option for senior citizen age above 60 holding Pakistani passport. So age is one of the factors, but it's the factor which is considered only in the skilled worker type immigration. If you talk about the business immigration option, age, there is no age limit. There could be some program where they assign points in the age factor, but mostly in entrepreneur programs, they are looking at your net worth, your business management or senior management experience, and they are also looking at your ability to establish a business and the quality of business plan you present to them. So if the person you are talking about is someone who is a business person or a senior manager, would be a good fit for any entrepreneur program. Okay, so let's take another question. There is a question coming from Mega Khan, and she's saying, what are the chances for single parent with daughter, 1 year semi-permanent makeup artist experience, other than that 15 years of experience in different fields? She's interested to immigrate as soon as possible, and she is over 30. What are the practical chances for her under PNP or FSW? So Mega, first of all, we will be happy to make an assessment of your eligibility. We ask all our clients to complete an assessment form. It's a free assessment. We get back to you within 2 business days to let you know whether it would be worth to consider applying. If you don't have the required points or don't have the required skills as required by provinces or the federal government, we would let you know, and we would advise you not to waste time and money. But if you do stand a chance, we would ask you to go ahead and speak to us further about it. So the only thing that you might need to discuss with us as a single parent, when a child is involved, naturally there are legal matters involved in terms of the kids' legal custody. So this is a matter which is not related to immigration qualification, but that is a relevant matter, and you might want to have a discussion with us about it once we have made an assessment of your eligibility. So please do complete our assessment form, and we'll get back to you with an opinion on this and the other matter that I just addressed. Okay, thanks. Okay, so we have someone joining us from LinkedIn. We have San Sami, we have Sile Conception, Lisa Shur Khan Marwat has joined us. Thank you very much, Lisa. Lizna Baloch has joined us from YouTube. Seema Kamran. Shabazz is saying that hopefully FSW draw will be resumed sooner than later. So Shabazz, if you do have around 470, 460 to 470 points, so you are then rightly looking forward to the draws, because when the draws would resume, I'm sure that they are going to be, I would say, they're going to be targeting people who have more than 460 points. So if you have that, that's fine. Otherwise, naturally, PNP is the answer to your efforts. Muhammad Rizwan saying, how to check score? I have done MS in engineering, 6 years experience, single and 33 years old. So if you want to do your scoring, you can do so on the IRCC website. There is an official website of IRCC. You can do the scoring. If you want us to actually make an assessment, like a live person makes an assessment, analyze all the aspects of your qualification and everything. So you can complete our assessment form, and someone would do it for you in our organization, and I review every assessment myself. So to make sure that there's no errors. You can use their calculators online. Actually, calculators are not human beings. There might be some errors, and I mean, you're assuming that you deserve these many points. The calculator is going to respond accordingly. But if you talk about us, we do make assessment personally, and we do it in 2 business days. Okay, so let's move on to another question. Mega is asking how much funds are required for entrepreneur programs. So most entrepreneur programs that are administered by provinces in Canada, there are 2 requirements. Of course, you have to have business management experience or senior management experience. You have to have a net worth of, usually the programs requirement are identical, but it varies. In some provinces, like in Ontario, we're looking at a net worth of say 1.2 million for options of creating a business in the greater Toronto area where we are located, GTA. If you are considering operating a business outside on-site Toronto area, and then the requirement could be lesser. But the thing is, this is the net worth requirement. You are not supposed to bring all your net worth to Canada, right? You are supposed to invest certain amount, and that also varies. So if it is outside GTA, they would say you're okay to invest $200,000 minimum. But if it is inside GTA, they might say $600,000 investment. So that, I hope, helps. And we can make an assessment of entrepreneurs as well. There is an entrepreneur assessment form on our website. You can complete that. We can let you know whether you qualify. Umara is asking a question, and she's saying, is it possible if someone provides us a work permit in some food chain, later I can switch to another program? So if your work permit is tied to an employer, of course, you'll need the authorization from the IRCC before you could do so. Okay. Zahid is asking, what are the immigration options for 44 years old professionals? Zahid, as I said earlier, they could be qualifying under the entrepreneur program. We can explore that, or they could qualify in one of the PNP program. And I address that age points lost in age factor would be great. Okay. So there is a question that I would like to take right here. That was someone asking about French language course, but I will get to that very, very quickly. And Mega is saying that she's from Pakistan. Mohammed Salim is from Pakistan. Samina Imtiaz is joining us from Islamabad. Usman, yes, Usman, I would love to meet you too very soon. It's about time, right? It's been a while. I've not been back in Dubai. Okay, Hassan has joined us. Okay, let's take some more questions very quickly. Amir Zafar is saying he is 37, senior management position. So get in touch with us, Amir. We'll be happy to assist you. Okay, Samina is saying how to contact your organization. What are the charges? So we are based in Toronto, and you can get in touch with us via email or phone or WhatsApp. All the information is available on our website and www.amirismail.com. I'm going to show you the slide as well toward the end of the show, and you can just visit, or you can just Google Amir Ismail, and you might see me, right? Okay, so let's see if we can get to some more questions. Okay, so we answered a few right there. Okay, so we are here, and Huma is saying she thinks next month will be a fine travel in Pakistan. Will be fine for traveling to Pakistan. Thank you for your feedback. Take into account. There is a question being asked. Thanks for the overview. You're welcome. Should one wait for new express entry policy you just alluded to or apply under the current federal express entry scheme? Well, the new policy is nowhere to see at the moment, right? It is just assumptions. There is no new policy in sight. They are working and they should be working on a new system because this current system is heavily depending on the language testing and also the age, right? So I understand that younger applicants could be their target, but we are talking about not so old people. We're talking about people who are like 35, 38, 40. These people are not old. I mean, they should consider. But yes, the new policy, there is no new policy in sight at the moment. You should go ahead and make yourself available in the current policy so you don't lose any chance of being considered by any province. You know that provinces select people from the express entry pool, right? So if you don't have an express entry profile as yet, better create it and make yourself available. It's not a guarantee that a province is going to select you, but at least you did your best. It's just like you are looking at an advertisement in a newspaper and you are not applying, you're just staring at it, and you're thinking that the employer would come to you and offer you the job. It's not going to happen, right? So make yourself available and then see what happens. Hopefully it happens for you. Amir is asking what minimum band required for him. So it depends the context of the question. The minimum required from the government of Canada's point of view to enter the express entry pool is 6 bands, right? 6 band in each component. But in most of the cases, 6 band is not sufficient. I would always recommend my clients to consider targeting the highest, because if I say 6, you might end up scoring 5, right? I would say target 9 out of 9, and then you'll be okay. Okay, so let's see who else are we dealing with. Zafar Khan, thank you very much. Okay, Ali Khan Ramtullah is saying, how can you know your score? Could you be helpful to share links so we can see our score? Yeah, of course. What you need to do is you need to do the Google search, IRCC point assessment. There is a wizard, the CRS tool, to be very exact. As soon as you put CRS tool, you would hit the official website of the Canadian government. And that CRS tool, I use it all the time for my clients, because no matter what, no matter how much experience you have, the system is so complicated that it will be wastage of time to actually figure out what points are given at what, for what skills or what factor, because they have designed it in such a way that if you have this much of points in age and this much of points in education and this much in language, then your score would be this much. I mean, this is a bit complicated. It's not worth wasting time, and so why not to use the tool, right? So use the tool and you would know. But if you need an analysis of your case, you want to know, what occupation, what national occupation classification code you need, what province you should be targeting, then you can of course get in touch with our team and we'll be happy to assist. Yeah, so this question I was looking for, Munib is asking, does learning French play a major role in, I think you're asking, does it help? So French is of course one of the other official languages here in Canada, and they encourage French-speaking applicants, and they have separate streams for French-speaking applicants. They encourage French-speaking people to come to Canada. But look at the practicality. I mean, if you haven't learned French ever, you can start now, but would you be able to score the required bands or required level from the point of view of claiming points? A lot of people, they score 6 bands in English test, the IELTS test, but then they start preparing for French. And I would say that you need to have command on one language first, which you have been studying, or you've been taught in that language at a very early age. But then you're focusing French because one of the agents in the local market has advised you that it is perhaps away. Yes, indeed, you have more points, but will you be able to claim those? So better invest more time in your IELTS score, because basically, um, if I'm not mistaken, you are coming from a country where English is prevailing and not French. But yeah, if you already have maximized your points in English first, then going for a second language claiming of points makes sense, and those would be lesser points than the first language. If you maximize those, why not do your French as well? So Nabila has joined us, and Huma said, saying she's an artist, so I can apply self-employed. Yeah, Huma, I spoke about it in the last show. There was a question. Artists and people who can add value to the cultural fabric of Canada, or people who are into sports, but your experience should have been recognized on international or national level, so we can evaluate whether your experience would be recognized as such or not. Munib is asking a question: will travel history of applicant make some difference? If you're applying under immigration, it doesn't make any difference. They are interested in knowing whether you have traveled or not, because naturally they might want to um, conduct background and security checks. But there are people who have never been outside their home country, but they were still able to immigrate to Canada. So traveling is not a contributing factor. Okay. There's a question: is there any benefit to increase score if my wife also get 6 bands in IELTS? I would always recommend people to have their spouses go for IELTS test if they're accompanying you. So yeah, you do that. Mega is saying, you got my assessment and found it eligible, so why not to get in touch with us? That's a good thing. That's halfway through, right? Get in touch with us, and whenever we respond, we actually provide you links for further consultation, way forward. So review that response, and you will know what to do if you want us to be your counsel, and it would be a pleasure to be your counsel. Okay. Hassan is asking, what about bankers? If both husband and wife are bankers, having 10 years plus experience, both have MBA, finance, and 32 years of age. So yeah, we can make an assessment, of course, but I have dealt with a lot of bankers in my career as an immigration advisor for the last 30 years, and they are very successful here. So yeah, bankers can qualify. Kiram is asking a similar question: what about teachers? So teachers are also in demand. I mean, there's no occupation demand as such on the federal level, right? So as long as you're working under National Occupation Classification skill level O, which are management experience, management occupations, skill level A and B, which are occupations that require you to hold a diploma or a degree to work in. The only exception is NOC C and D, because those people are working in a lower level occupation. From that, I mean occupation that do not require you to hold a diploma or a degree. And example would be office assistants or cashiers, for example, bank tellers. Although, of course, people qualified as MBA and even higher could work as a teller, but the entry requirement in Canada for a teller would be, say, a high school, right? So that is why they keep them under NOCCOD. And Sakina Bibi is saying that she has done BBA, or she has 2.5 years of banking experience in branch banking, and she is 25. Yes, Sakina, we can make an assessment. It appears to be a good case. The only thing is that you get maximum points when you get 3 years experience, and you're almost there. So you can initiate your immigration application, and by the time you apply, and or if you're in the pool, very soon you're gonna be able to claim more points as well. And you have a BBA, which I'm assuming is a 4 years bachelor's degree. So that also is very helpful. Okay. Let's see who else we have. Okay, Sarah, Heather. I think I responded to that question, but if I have not, um, your marital status is not relevant, right? You could be a single parent, you could be married, you could be in any marital status situation. It doesn't matter. It's just that if you have a child, there could be legalities involved, custody. You need to address those when you are immigrating. Applying is not an issue, but when you're immigrating, when they're issuing the visa. Okay, Omar has joined us. Mega is asking what are the high demand occupations currently in BCPNP. So BCPNP requires you to have a job offer, right? If you're considering BCPNP, you need to look at the status, your status. Do you have a job offer or not? Otherwise, of course, you can look at the occupation demand in their occupation list on their website. I don't have that right over the top of my head. But what I'm suggesting is that look at your own eligibility as a first step to see whether you are qualifying or not. Okay, so let's take a very, very quick break. We come back with to answer more questions, and that will be a 30-second break. Okay, thanks. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Let's take another question from Humara saying that what are the chances for a doctor from Pakistan, an MPH from USA, single parent with 2 teen-age boys, age 44, IELTS is overall 6.5, but more funds to show, total 19 years of experience. So it appears that you're losing significant points in the age factor. If you're targeting skilled worker program, it might not happen under the federal skilled worker program. A province might select you, so that could be the case. I would be interested and curious to know the ages of the boys, because a lot of times if there are grown-up kids, a lot of people, they tend to invest money in their children education rather than trying for immigration for themselves, because that way children can come, they can become international students. And you might have seen the way Canadian government is operating these days. They're targeting international students, so they might have a very good chance of being considered for immigration in future. So they can pave way for parents as well, right? So you can look into the possibilities, and it all depends on our consultation. If you want to book a direct consultation, and you can click the link on our website, book a consultation, and I can make myself available. Mr. Ramtula is saying, do you charge on doing assessment for client? No, we don't charge any fee for assessment. It's free. It's given to you in 2 business days. Okay. Another question, Adil Amjad is saying, if my CR is 370 and I apply for PNP, then what are the chances of getting PNP 600 points? So no one can predict about it, Adil. What you need to do is you need to make yourself available for selection by a province. If you don't make yourself available, nothing is going to happen. It's going to be 0, right? But if you do make yourself available, you stand a chance of being considered by one of the provinces. There are many programs, and assuming that you are qualifying in one of the programs, some of the programs, they don't even have the occupation list, and they select people based on their labor market needs and the occupations they think are in demand, or if they look at your overall profile, they think that you can contribute significantly to the economy of that province by doing jobs and paying taxes and etc. Then you might get selected. No one can give you that guarantee that a province will select you, but do make that take that step. That is very, very important. Amir Zafar is asking about the assessment, I believe. So I would say get in touch with our team and we will make an assessment of your eligibility. Okay, there are so many questions, guys. We are already 40 minutes into our show, and we are only left with 20 minutes. And let's see who we can assess or assist, I would say rather. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What are we doing here? Omar Raza, don't you think the existing CRS mechanism favors people with Canadian study work relative over people with far better overseas academic professional profile? I would agree with you, Umar, because the way system has been designed, it does favor people who have relatives in Canada, who have Canadian experience, who have Canadian study. And look at it from the point of view of the country, because they're looking for immigrants who could start their journey of establishing themselves economically in Canada as quickly as possible. Relatives do play a role, and that is why they give points for relatives, and relatives, they're giving points for siblings, 15 extra points. And they understand that while other relatives could be helpful, siblings are most likely to help more, right? Similarly, if you have Canadian work experience, it is easier for you to, establish yourself successfully. And I'm talking about international students who study here and then they get experience on postgraduate work permit. Similarly, if you have Canadian education, that is more appreciated by the employer. Although, of course, uh, overseas qualifications could be good, it could be even better. There are people coming with qualifications obtained from US and UK, and they are still not being entertained. It is a problem with the labor market, not with immigration. But naturally, immigration and labor market, the employers as other stakeholders, they are not, and they have never been on the same page. That's an issue, and politics is also involved. So naturally, that is a debate for some other time. But I'd love to speak to you. If you are interested in booking a consultation, do let me know. Okay, Zafar is asking, what are the possibilities for a PhD postdoc with 20 years of research and project management experience, age 45? So yeah, you're losing points in age factor. Naturally, your CRS will be impacted significantly. We'll look into your profile, let you know. You might qualify in one of the programs. Now, let me very quickly share the screen and let me see who is with us today, who has joined us. We have right now less competition today. We have 26 entries today. Last time it was around 45. So if you are interested in getting selected in the draw, the giveaway is enter hashtag AIA, and you will be entered in our draw, a free consultation, right? Okay, let's see who else we can deal with. We have Talha saying he's 33 years of age, he's a single, MPhil, and 10 years job experience, and he's got 6.5, 5.5 in writing. So you won't be able to enter the pool if you have 5.5 in one of the components. Minimum required is 6, so better improve your IRIS score, you'll be okay. Omar Hayat is saying, what about car maintenance supervisor? So Omar, if you look at various PNP programs, automobile supervisors and mechanics, they could be in demand in one of the provinces. In fact, Nova Scotia conducted one single draw targeting automotive supervisors and mechanics. So you could stand a chance there. So no, the kids don't have to take IELTS if they are not the principal applicants. Okay, Amir is saying, if everything goes smoothly, how much time will it take, right? And what are the things to do before IELTS in terms of required documentation for apply for immigration? So IELTS is a mandatory requirement. You have to go for it right away. The educational credential assessment needs to be done as well. And you need to look at various documentation that you could arrange beforehand, although these are required after you get your invitation to apply. The processing time is usually 6 months after you receive your invitation to apply. When will you receive the invitation to apply cannot be predicted because it depends on a lot of factors, your CRS score, if you are being considered by a province, and actually province will process you first, and then they will get you 600 points, and then the federal government will conduct express entry draw, will select you. Naturally, there are a lot of factors in play. Mehani, thank you for joining us again. Okay, so you're 17 years old, is going to college or university, so you might want to think about sending one of them to Canada as international students. I'm just suggesting, it's up to you, of course. Okay, so let's see if I can attend to a few more questions before we run our draw and select people, so one of the person for our free consultation. Pradeep Kumar is saying, how long I have to stay in the province which offered me ITA? There is no legal requirement as such, but I would always recommend that you give the province the chance, because the province made it happen for you and you convinced the province that you want to live in that province. So I would say live forever. But of course, if you have reasons that are reasonable, you can move. Amir is saying, if I get a letter from Canadian company, that letter needs to be attested from which body, which helped me to get PR. No, you don't need any attestation from anybody. You need your employer to apply for labor market impact assessment at the Labor Department here in Canada. Your employer will do that for you, right? You don't have to do anything about it, and they will get it done for you, and then you apply for work permit, okay? Or it might help you in your immigration as well, because if you've got a job offer. Okay. Mohammed Taha saying, details of the Canadian immigration stream and which documents are required for the details about the, okay, I can't read it properly, but he's perhaps asking us to provide details on all the streams. So we are at your service. We are going to provide it to you. Get in touch with our team. They'll make you go through the assessment system. And as we find that you're qualifying, we would arrange a consultation. We will discuss with you on one-on-one basis. Muhammad Hassan is saying, kindly share your email address for direct contact. Email address is info@amirismail.com, and it is available on our website as well, amirismail.com. Okay, let's take another question. We have 12 more minutes to go, guys. Sarah Zaman is saying, she's a graphic designer with 5 years of experience. Her age is 28, and she wants to move to Canada. What are the chances to move there on a student visa or work visa? Okay, we don't deal in work visa because it requires you to have a job offer, and we don't arrange that. I've already told you. But yes, for immigration, we can make an assessment, and we can also make an assessment for student. On our website, www.amirismail.com, there are assessment forms available for students and immigration purposes, so you can do that. So Amir Hamza, yeah, Amir, if you put AIE one time, you will be entered. You don't have to put it several times. The account. Okay, so that is fine. Amir is saying, can I get free consultation? Yes, if you win today, you will. And if you don't, you can try the next time. Or if you are looking for a formal one, you can always book. Okay. So, all right. So we are going to run the giveaway shortly. And let's see who wins today. Hashtag AIA, right? Let's see if we can get more questions. Sarah Zaman, thank you for entering. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so all of those who are asking for free assessment, you can get it done by going to our website, www.amirismail.com, and we'll be happy to make an assessment of your eligibility. So let's go ahead with the giveaway. Let's see who is winning today. Okay, guys, I'll just gonna give you guys 5 more seconds. Okay. Okay, great. Let's go ahead. 29 people today. Okay, let's see. Okay, Munib Shafiq is the winner today. Congratulations, Munib. You joined us from Facebook, I believe. So you can send us a direct message, or our team will try to get in touch with you. And that will be wonderful to have you and provide you a free consultation because you're the winner today. Great. And thank you very much, Bahar, for joining us today once again. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today from Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We are live every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please like and share this video so that your relatives or friends who are interested in migrating to Canada and they are fed up with dealing with local agents claiming to be licensed consultants and this and that. So you have to be very careful. Naturally, you want to help your friends and relatives to get in touch with a properly authorized representative. Please do that. It will be a big favor for us. It will be great. And do join us the next time as well. I'm going to show you the slide for the WhatsApp number very, very quickly. So you can share that as well with your friends and relatives. I think I need to remove this banner. So we sometimes take live calls as well. That's a wrong banner, but yeah, nevertheless, it serves the purpose. There. Yeah. So it is 647-835-0660. You can get in touch with us, and that would be a pleasure to. Thank you very much. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today, and I'll see you the next time, same time, 11 a.m. EST on next Friday, hopefully. All right. Take care.